what are the Democrats going to have to say now? With all of their lies and propaganda, men lie, women lie, but the data and the numbers don't. And as you see right there on the screen, Thanksgiving gas prices fall to the lowest level since the pandemic, with nearly 30 states below $3 a gallon. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you an update. So the next time you see an outlet or one of these lamestream media anchors trying to tell you, oh, Trump's not focused on America, he's more focused on foreign wars and da-da-da, you need to look at them and take that with a grain of salt. And here's why. Our gas prices are so low because President Trump was hospitable to the Saudi prince, was hospitable to other members in the Middle East that produce the oil. And if you remember under the Joe Biden administration, he was half asleep when he was out there with those people, walking around and going in the wrong direction, bumping into walls and shaking hands of people that weren't there. And therefore, our gas prices was high. He also reduced the production of oil here in the country. And here's the thing about it. Any economist will tell you this. Where the energy goes, the economy goes. If energy goes sky high, everything is going to get higher because you need energy to transport, to manufacture, to do all of that. And when the prices go up, that gets passed down to the customers, not the tariffs like the Democrats wanted you to be so afraid of, which are actually helping and actually helping us make a significant dent to finally be able to start paying down debt, which is something that previous administrations didn't even care about. For the first time, we have an administration and an administrator, an executive that is actually focused on that. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article, and then, man, this is going to be a quick video, and then I'm going to let you hear the good news. For Thanksgiving travelers, a bit of good news at the pump. Gas prices are holding steady, a far cry from the sticker shock of recent years. 4 years, coincidentally, when Biden was in office. Gas Buddy forecasts a national average of $3.02 per gallon over the holiday, matching last year's price. Both 2024 and 2025 now share the distinction of marking the lowest Thanksgiving gas prices since the pandemic, when the national average hit $3.39 a gallon in 2021. And of course, that screen would jump. And $3.56 in 2022. I'm right here. And for many drivers, the national stability is showing up locally too. Nearly 30 states now boost average prices under $3, from Colorado to New Hampshire to Georgia, according to AAA. Oklahoma tops the list with an average of just $2.50 a gallon. At other end of the spectrum, California tops the list for the most expensive gas markets at $4.63 per gallon, followed by Hawaii at $4.47 and Washington at $4.18. Rounding out the top 10 are Nevada at $3.84, Oregon $3.81, Alaska $3.75, Arizona $3.37, and 3 states tied at $3.29. Now, I want to stop and point something out. Do you notice a commonality against almost all of those states there? The liberal states are going to be higher in gas. The red states are lower. Think about it. That's how it operates. In those left states, you know that they don't ever miss out on a chance to squeeze their people out of money, because all of the states are able to get the gas for the same price. What they selling it for to their people is different. And of course, California tops the list when they don't have to. Red states, man, gas prices are low. And like Oklahoma, gas stations were selling that stuff for as low as $1.95. As a matter of fact, skip this. Let's go ahead and get straight to the information. Now, for this video, y'all, I did something that will probably shock you. I have only got clips from left-wing, lamestream media radical networks. You know why? It's because I love it when they're unable to spin it and they have to report the positive news about what the Trump administration's policies are doing for this country. Now, of course, at the end, it wouldn't be MSDNC if they didn't throw a little salt on at the end, but it's like at the very end, and you'll catch it. When you see it and you hear it, do me a favor. In the comments, put, I caught it, because I don't want to point out what it is that he does. But if you catch it in the comments, put out, I caught it. Check this clip out.
So I've got some good news for anyone who might dread driving over the holidays. 31 states report gas prices at a 4-year low, below $3 a gallon. MS Now's Alex Tabbitt is at a gas station in Lake Fort Worth, or Worth Beach, Florida. Alex, what are you hearing from people who are filling up right now? How are things?
Well, Antonio, I've been hearing sighs of relief all day, and that's because, as you noted, the average cost of a gallon of gas in this country right now is just about at $3.02 a share. That's the lowest level we've seen in about 4 years, going back to the spring of 2021. Now, of course, the price of gas varies greatly from state to state. In California, you'll see the most expensive prices at about $4.50 per gallon. Meanwhile, in Oklahoma, you'll find the cheapest gas at about $2.50 per gallon. But these prices couldn't be coming at a more welcome time right now, and that's because it's estimated that 73 million Americans are hitting the road this week for Thanksgiving travel. That is 90% of the travelers this week, by far the most popular mode of transportation. I've been talking to drivers all day at the gas station right behind me about their experience at the pump. I want you to hear what one man had to say.
2 days ago, gas was like $3.09, but now I saw $2.95 and I got happy because I'm going to pass by in Boca. In Boca, the prices are a little bit higher than here. Who wants to be spending $50, $60 a week for gas fill up? Instead, we can really spend $40. You could save that $20. You could add that extra $20 to your Roth IRA or anything.
And Antonia, it's important to note that the price of gas is the exception, not the rule. These drivers are telling me that rent is still too high, groceries are still too high, healthcare, which of course is a hot topic right now, is still too high. But at least when they're at the pump, the price brings a smile to their face.
Alex Tabbitt, thank you so much. I see some palm trees behind you, I think, so I hope you have time this afternoon to go enjoy the rest of the day.
If you're enjoying this video, do me a solid, hit that like button, because I'll never ask you for a cash app, a super chat, or a donation. But you hitting that like button and the hype button will help the channel a great deal. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And once you do, make sure you hit the notification bell and select all. YouTube has issues sending notifications out, but when you select all, YouTube will make sure that you get notified when I upload new videos.
That is going to do it for us.
And ironically, they were doing this report in my home state. And like I just was saying, even right there at that station, that was $2.95. Ours is $2.75. So I don't know why we didn't get lit up on there. Maybe there probably is some areas, and I'm willing to bet money that they're in areas in cities and counties, because we have some counties that are blue here in the area, especially down in Miami-Dade area and Fort Lauderdale area. But across the board, gas prices are dropping. This is where President Trump being about interacting with foreign leaders helps us domestically. While you got Marjorie Trader Green and Thomas Sassy Massey talking about, oh, President Trump need to be focused on America. Yeah, and if we dissed everybody, gas would be $6 a gallon or sky high like it was with Joe Biden, and we wouldn't have been able to negotiate the trade deals we did in good faith. Being an isolationist, I get it. We don't want to commit ourselves to any global wars. But at the same time, knowing how the world actually interacts and trade with each other, relationships matter. And President Trump is a king deal maker, and he's great at building relationships with these other dignitaries and leaders of their countries. But you know what Democrats do? They want to name call and browbeat the person and then wonder why things don't tend to go the way that they would want it to go. I wonder why. Now, you know how the Democrats talk about how terrible the economy is and Trump's not doing this. On an individual basis, your household may not have saw the increase that you're looking for. But all of these never Trumpers and the supposedly MAGA crowd that started complaining about what Trump's not doing domestically, let's think about what he did. All the man did was close the border, removing illegal immigrants, removing fraudulent waste and abuse from off our Medicaid and Medicare rolls, stop 8 wars, soon to be 9, because Ukraine just agreed verbally to the peace deal, got gas prices lower. I mean, and I know that there's other stuff that I'm missing. And this is all within 10 months with a vicious onslaught from the lamestream media, Democrat lies, Epstein hoaxes, and everything else. And you got Marjorie Trader Green and Thomas Sassy Massey that polluted the minds of other so-called MAGA supporters or Republicans to where they started sounding like Democrats. Without realizing, y'all were quiet when Joe Biden destroyed this country for 4 years. And now everybody expects Trump to just wave a wand and boom, it'd be done. And if he didn't do it in record speed, he's not effective. Bull crap. And I'm so happy he don't listen to the crap that people are spewing. And that's why Marjorie Trader Green and Thomas Sassy Massey, who's soon to be booted out of office with his new wife that worked on the staff of Rand Paul after his wife just died in December. Tell me that's not weird. And he didn't just get married yesterday, months ago. We have record-breaking sales of $11.8 billion. And that was just online for Black Friday. We also had record-breaking travel. Now, here's my point. Do prices need to get better? Yes. And you got to think about all this is being done without the Federal Reserve cutting rates yet, which are soon to happen from what I'm hearing in December, because Jerome Powell, he doesn't have any other good. He's been doing everything he can to put off dropping rates because they know Once they drop rates with everything that's happening with the tariffs, energy prices going down. When they drop rates, it is going to supercharge the economy. And that's what they've been trying to avoid. They've been hoping that they can fearmonger and propagandize and speak it into existence that tariffs were going to destroy America. But those are politicians, not business people. We got one of the best economists in the world in Scott Bessent. We got one of the best deal makers in the world in President Trump. We got one of the best diplomatic deal makers in Rubio. And we got one of the best just real men, straight talking, delivering results in VP JD Vance. We got the super squad. Right now is the open enrollment period for healthcare, which is why I want to take a moment to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video and partner of the channel, Chapter. Chapter is helping seniors right now who are confused. Some are just new to having to get Medicare. Others who already have Medicare but want to make sure they got the best Medicare plans available. I highly encourage you to reach out to Chapter. Chapter has highly skilled, unbiased agents that are helping seniors make sure that they've got the best Medicare plans available, because it sucks to find out your prescriptions are no longer covered and your doctor is no longer in network on the plan you currently have. The phone call is absolutely free, and it could go as quick as 20 minutes. In less than 20 minutes, you can find out to make sure you got the best Medicare plan available. And the great news about it is that Chapter has been helping seniors save as much as $1,100 a year, making sure they have the best Medicare plan. So I'm sure you can find something to do with an extra $1,100 in your pocket. So don't waste time. It's extremely important to protect yourself and protect your health. So give Chapter a call or follow the website at askchapter.org/realpolitics and make sure you've got the best Medicare plans available. But check this clip out.
Transportation Secretary Duffy will hold a briefing alongside FAA administrators on the state of air travel as a record number of Americans get ready to travel for Thanksgiving this week. Fox Business host Cheryl Casoni is here with more. What can we expect, Cheryl?
Well, it's going to be busy. You can expect that. And I've got some new details from the Transportation Department on that presser. I'll get to that in a second. But the shutdown, look, it's over. The rush begins. The expectation, we're going to see 1.6 million more Americans traveling this year. That's going to be a new record. Here's AAA's forecast. 73.28 million by car, more than 6 million flying, almost 2.5 using other means like trains or buses. 1.8 million people at least going to travel 50 miles, maybe further, from home Tuesday, November 25th through next Monday. If you're going to go by car, though, best and worst times to drive. Tuesday, try to go before noon. Wednesday, before 11. Thursday, you're good. You can just do whatever you want. Friday, try to leave before 11. Saturday, before 10 a.m. Look, it's been a frustrating year for travelers between the air traffic control shortage and then you've got that 43-day shutdown, which led to thousands of delays, cancellations. Now, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says it is time to upgrade TSA equipment. Watch.
We will be putting over $1 billion into new scanning equipment, new x-ray equipment, AIT equipment, resources for all of you that you will be able to do your jobs well, accurately, efficiently, make them easier and allow you more time to enjoy not just your positions at work while you're serving, but to do so with the confidence knowing that we are keeping our passengers safe.
She also announced $10,000 bonuses from some TSA agents that went above and beyond during the shutdown. Last week when I sat down with the Transportation Secretary, he was adamant with me that safety is priority number one. The Secretary and FAA Administrator Brian Bedford are going to be at Newark Airport today, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm being told that safety and stability are going to be the topics. Transportation Department also telling me 52,000 flights are scheduled for tomorrow. It's going to be busy. Pack your patience. Try to keep that positive attitude for the holidays.
Yeah. We will. We're going to see family. We have a lot for which to be thankful. Right. It's going to be a great week.
All of these people still flying. Train travel skyrocketed and road travel kicked up. So, folks, the reason why I brought this video again, I don't want to be long, was just that Trump is working. The policies are working. We just need to give it time. But within 10 months, look at what this man is doing and has done. And if you're watching this video, then I already know you believe and you know what time it is. You know what's going on. But every once in a while, we get one of these demon rats that pop over and watch the video just to try to leave a negative comment. Or we get one of these fake MAGA Republicans that get in just to put something negative. If you're a fake MAGA Republican or a demon rat supporter, don't even waste your time leaving a comment here, because this is all about positive news, supporting our president and loving our country. So if you've watched up to this point, hey, so I want to know too, put it in the comments. Did you catch the point when dude just had to twist the story a little bit in that first story on MSDNC's network, BS Now? Men lie, women lie, the numbers don't. And right now, President Trump's numbers are looking really good. 87% support from Republicans, 43% approval rating.
Approve of Trump on foreign policy at this point in term one. Look, Donald Trump was just at a 35% approval rating. Up like a rocket. We're talking about 43% now. That's an 8-point rise. On the net approval rating, we're talking about a double-digit rise. The American people like much more of what they're seeing from Donald Trump in foreign policy in term two than they did in term number one.
So often presidents in their second term, usually later in their second term, frankly, will turn to foreign policy. So how does President Trump compare to past presidents in their second term?
You know, this to me is one of the most interesting data points, because normally when we look at these data points, we see that Trump is doing worse than other presidents. But on this one, he is doing significantly better, because take a look here. All right, 21st century foreign policy approval rating at this point in term two. George W. Bush was down at 36%. Barack Obama was at 37%. Look at this. Donald Trump actually leads the pack at 43%. Donald Trump has a higher foreign policy approval rating at this point in a second term than any other president who served their entire second term in the 21st century. This is something I think Donald Trump really likes to look at, because the bottom line is this: presidents like to build their legacies off of foreign policy, and at this particular point, the American people like much more of what Donald Trump's doing on foreign policy than either of the two other 21st century presidents who served at least, or served 2 terms.
Good chances of being screen grabbed and framed and taken to the Oval Office very shortly here. How about specifically how voters feel about what the president did in Israel and Gaza?
Yeah, I think part of the reason why Donald Trump is significantly higher than either Obama or Bush is what happened with Donald Trump able to help formulate a peace deal between the Israelis and Hamas. What are we talking about? Net approval rating, Israel-Hamas conflict. Look at this. Joe Biden was 37 points below water by the end of his presidency. Way down there. Look at Donald Trump. Actually in the positive area. Look at this. A +3 net approval rating. The American people liked what Trump was able to do between the Israelis and Hamas. And that, I think, is a large part of the reason why his foreign policy is at the apex compared to other 2-term presidents this century.
That is a huge swing, maybe backwards looking. Forwards looking, we're talking about Ukraine and Russia. There's also the possibility of Saudi Arabia normalizing ties with Israel. So as people look ahead.
Higher than Obama's during this time, higher than George Bush's during this time. So again, when the mainstream media try to spin it, oh, Trump's approval rating has failed. Yeah, it failed, and it's still higher than the rest within this new century. It's still higher than all the other presidents in this century. What does that say? And the drop comes from, it comes from Democrats and from some independents. Because on the MAGA side and Republican side, 87% strong, as they reported, which means it's probably more like 90. But that's a topic for another video. Other than that, y'all, if you stayed in and you watched it up to this point, I want to thank you from the top and bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't already, hit that like button. And if you aren't subscribed already, subscribe. Most importantly, as always, make sure that you stay safe and you be great. I'm Brian Maxwell saying I look forward to seeing you at the top. Over and out, y'all.